was a fence here, and the borough would like that there was still a fence here, but we've kind of managed to keep it down. This sorry excuse for a fence on purpose, and our neighbor gave us this tree that she insisted fell from another tree, so it's some kind of alien tree. And this tree is starting to bud, and our fence is now intertwined with it. And unfortunately, there are fences up at Philly Peace Park. It's April 15th, and I went to Philly Peace Park at 24th and Bolton on March 15th, and it was so cold, and there was a fire, and it was a bonfire, and such great conversations, and kids planting gooseberry trees and setting the bricks, and I was trying to talk to people, meet people I'd never met before, interview them, take pictures. I mean, it was so exciting because like a decade ago, this is what I envisioned when I was going to different plantings when we were starting the Philly Orchard Project, and this is a community that's been at it 3 years. And the kids were following around these volunteer community members that called themselves family, and just saying, can I help with wheelbarrows and bricks protecting the gooseberries, and it was just such a priceless experience. And I was just trying to imagine how many people had their perspective changed by seeing this in the middle of North Philly, where it's just trash strewn lots and fear and development and opportunism, and then this oasis of community endeavor and pride and a real feeling of safety. And even on this like cold, it was like winter hanging on, and like when I left I smelled like smoke because it was sitting by the fire. Everybody else was cleaning up, and I was furiously taking pictures and trying to warm my hands and write down the amazing things people were saying. And so last Friday, PHA, who owns, in quotation marks, the land that hasn't done anything on it for years and years, just like down where the Logan Orchard and Market project is starting out, that is 25 years of just land being neglected. But this site, the people, the community, the Philly Peace House, and Tommy Joshua, the founder of the Peace Park, have been just dedicated to making the Philadelphia Urban County Fair last year, which I went to, and just people are just attracted like a magnet to such a positive energy, and that PHA would act like none of this is worth anything, when all these volunteer hours are worth both capital, if you want to measure it, and capital investment. I mean, I co-founded Blue Marble Solutions with Julia Woodhouse, and we're recording every hour of volunteer work that we have. I can't imagine. No, I don't even know if anyone was recording how many volunteers showed up that day. I hope they were, because that does count. And if this is going to need to be a legal fight, which it seems like it is, because city agencies just cannot get together and get a consensus that the children of Philadelphia are inherently valuable. I just learned today that a school was closed in the immediate neighborhood of Philly Peace House, and it's not, I mean, it's not something that can be swept under the rug as you know, opportunists come in and make money off the rising real estate prices in the city, and the children that have been there and don't have the opportunity to leave in any, and don't want to, if they're attached to a piece of land like Philly Peace Park, like I'm attached to this black cherry tree here behind me. We're allowed to be connected to the land. We're not only allowed to be, we're not healthy unless we are. And if we aren't connected with the soil, if we don't know what's going on with the soil around us, and we can't plant our own food in it, and we're dependent on the current fossil fuel embedded system of opportunism and extractivism, like that's not any kind of lesson. We can't even keep that up in our older generations. If a younger generation is saying, hey, let us grow our own food right where we are, let us put the bricks around the gooseberry trees as they were on March 15th, we have to let them at this point. That's just how it is.